Hello, I'm the Child Enthusiast. I help you remember your childhood so you don't forget it. Now, do you guys remember from the 90s the animated series called Doug? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about today. This was a good television series. I mean, yeah, it was animated, but it was good, and it was good from Nickelodeon because A, it was creative, B, it was only Nickelodeon until 1994 when Disney decided to take over. But anyway, in the sense of Doug, it was a good show. I have a friend who actually knows the person who was inspired by Doug, so that's a good little note to put down. But anyway, I just want to actually go over the synopsis of Doug. So it talks about a boy named Doug Funny who lives with his sister and his parents, where he actually has the most random moments to turn into Quail Man with Pork Chop, his dog. But I just want to say, Doug, his last name is Funny. So business terms, it's a good idea, especially when promoting a children's television show like Doug. But if you're an adult watching this, yeah, we'd kind of say, yeah, that person was kind of on crack. But it's just a great way to promote kids to have something fun in their lives. But anyway, so Doug Funny and his dog Pork Chop have their own little adventures called The Adventures of Quail Man and Quail Dog. I like this segment a lot because it pretty much defines what a child is, especially in the case of when you're trying to get away from the real world and you just want to go into some superhero or just go into some kind of romanticized vision or any other kind of way to help escape the pressure and the really bad parts of reality. And so Doug's love interest is Patty Mayonnaise. Yeah, it's a funny last name, but you know what? It's still promoting a kids TV show. But 1994, when Disney acquired Doug, it just pretty much went downhill, especially when it came to Doug's first movie. I agree with the nostalgia critic that it was really, really out of whack, but he doesn't understand the aspect that it's supposed to be for children, not for adults to actually review it maybe 20 years later when you're living at home. Yeah, think about that for a second. But the overall case in state is made. When Nickelodeon, when they first created Doug, I give this, there's a scale of 1 to 5. 1 that being it sucks, 5 that is the best darn thing in the world. And I give this, to be honest, a 4 out of 5. I mean, it could have been a 5, but the reason why I gave it a 4 is because the terms that actually have to define the fact that Doug Funny was a great inspiration to kids. I mean, sure, he got bullied, but he was able to think about life and how great it was to be in the world of imagination. But when Disney acquired this Nickelodeon cartoon, I had to give it the worst score ever, a 1. Why? It was just Disney trying to take over. I mean, come on, Disney. You really don't need to. You need to come up with your own ideas, not stealing anybody else's. Because if you didn't steal Doug, then you wouldn't have bombed at the box office, and you wouldn't be thinking of your own shows. So just next time, Disney, make sure you buy something that's either buy or make something up so that they say, oh, that's just Disney, not Nickelodeon's Disney version or something like that. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm the Child Enthusiast. Have a good day, and I'll talk about something weird next week. But I'm not telling you what. See ya, folks.